Hey, you're listening to Off Air on Center's own radio show on WCPR, Castle Point Radio, Stephen's own radio station. I'm your co-host, Jacob.
And I'm your co-host, Alex.
And we're here with a very special guest.
It's me, Madeleine.
One Madeleine. It's great having you here. First sophomore that isn't a host to be on the show.
That's right.
I'm honored.
I can't hear myself. Is that a problem?
I can hear you, but you're also right next to me.
Is it just headphone problems? I kind of hear myself.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm not actually hearing myself today, which makes me very sad.
Well, we're here. And, as always, sponsored by Soap Inc. Today, we're going to be talking about air purifiers.
That's right, listeners. So, we know you all have an air purifier in your house, as is, of course, required by national law. But today, we're going to talk about some newer innovations for actually purifying the air of entire cities simultaneously.
Huge, large-scale projects.
Yeah. So first, we'll just go into a little background about, the current air purifiers. So you know what exactly the parallels between the two are and how they were able to do something like this.
Of course, your personal air purifier that you're required to have in your home, they're about 1 foot to 2 feet tall, and they just run constantly. You plug it in, you don't have to worry about it. You have clean air in your home, no matter what. Always make sure you run it with the windows closed. We can't stress how important that is.
Very important.
Very important. If you try and run it with your windows open, you're going to have quite an issue. You're going to be it's futile, You're trying to clean all the air, and you just need your personal air. Honestly, it's harmful to run it with the windows open.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So these new air purifiers are designed so that they can take that same air purification that's available inside the home to the outside world.
And it's about time. No longer can you only be rest assured that you're breathing safely within your own home, but anywhere you go within your city that is purified by the air purifier.
Yeah, so we've brought on Madeleine here today, who's actually living in the first city to receive one of the experimental citywide air purifiers, which is Hong Kong. So could you tell us a little bit about the air purifier, Madeleine?
Yeah. Well, the air purifier pretty much looks just like a normal building. It's not very intrusive on the landscape, and it just sort of, it just sort of blends in with everything. But it's really good. I've noticed a decrease in smog, although that does kind of make the sunset a little less pretty. There's not much of a sunset in Hong Kong anyway, to begin with.
Well, it's good to hear smog's going down, and I assume you're breathing it more easily.
Oh, definitely. I can just breathe in and breathe out. I don't even have to worry about smog if I'm outside of my house.
That's just wonderful. And how long has it actually been in the city so far? When did they put it up?
So far, it's been here since the middle of October, so I guess a month and a half. I think it's been helping a lot, though part of it might just be the winter air brings a little bit more purity, but I think it's mostly Soap Inc.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You brought up the seasons. These large-scale air purifiers, they are climate resistant. They can withstand any weather, any natural disaster. They are strong and durable.
And speaking of the weather, now this might just be a bit of speculation, but I've heard that in the long run, these same towers will be the bases for the weather modification programs that Soap Inc. is working on currently.
Yeah, and I hear they're even trying to combat climate change with it. You're gonna have less greenhouse gases. You're gonna have cleaner rainwater. It's gonna be just like good for everyone overall.
Yeah, and we're just gonna have, less extreme weather.
Yeah,
So just good all around.
that's
I
what
don't
we
think
need.
anyone can complain about that.
No, you need constancy in life.
Exactly.
Consistency. That's the word.
Constantine in life,
Yeah, you need Constantine in life.
the former
Roman
emperor of the
Empire,
Byzantine
yeah.
Empire.
Constantine. Oh yeah, he wasn't Roman.
Yeah, the husband of not Justinian. What was his wife's name? Theodora.
I couldn't tell you that.
I could. If I remembered, I could.
We'll get back to you on that, maybe, listeners. Oh yeah. Oh, this isn't the last episode like we thought it might have been, because CPR lets us broadcast as long as we want into the winter break.
Yeah. But for some reason, Jacob refuses to keep broadcasting after he's left the school. I'm not quite sure why that is, He lives,
I know.
He lives
We
in
all
New
want to talk
Jersey.
about Soap Inc.
Yeah.
It is
And-
Theodora. His wife is Theodora.
Thank you.
Apparently, she was actually, a lady in waiting, if you could say. She sold herself for money sometimes.
Well, I'm glad you were able to check up on that by,
Consulting
thinking-
your Soap Inc. textbook.
of course.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I want to go home for the break for some reason.
Yeah, I don't really quite understand the reasoning behind why you can't just dash over and get back here, to do a little recording. I mean, I'm not going to be in this state. I don't live in New Jersey.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna be in Hong Kong where I live with the tall purifier.
yeah, and it's just so great of you to come and visit us.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you. We really appreciate having you here today.
No, it was quite a flight, I imagine.
Several hours.
Or were you already in the area for other reasons?
Well, I was coming into the area for other reasons, but this was my first stop.
Excellent.
Would you be happening to visit for the improv show tonight in Hayden Lounge at 8 p.m.?
Yeah, that's the reason I came. To
That-
see Off Center's improv show,
Christmas special.
Christmas special,
At,
December 3rd, 8 p.m.,
Yep.
Hayden Lounge.
That's
Yep,
tonight.
free
Please
improv,
come.
free pizza, free
Free
snacks.
free drinks.
Well, the only people who are going to hear this are already in Pierce
I
eating
know.
food.
But like
We have
we
better
can
food.
grab a few people. That's the show is justified.
I know they have pepper steak tonight, but
Oh.
our hot chocolate and brownies will be a lot better. I was just in Pierce 15 minutes ago. I stopped by there before here. I had to check out their air purifier, actually. They have a pretty big one. It's pretty good.
I imagine it's a pretty big room.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the average air purifier you said is 1 to 2 feet, but the one in Pierce is actually about 5 feet tall. It's right
Wow.
next to the pizza station, so I check it out if you're gonna grab a slice.
Yeah. It's like quite a marvel, and it's got like decorated with red and gray, and it's like good school spirit.
Exactly. Good school spirit, good Soap Inc. spirit. I can agree with both of them. Roll Tide
Roll Tide.
for Alabama. University of Alabama.
Ah.
That's sort of a weird thing to bring up. Do you know somebody in Alabama or something?
Plenty of people.
Why is that?
I actually used to live in Alabama.
Oh, that must have been a long time ago.
It was. It was plus 19 minus 12.
That's 7.
It was 7 years ago.
Oh. All right.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad we had your mathematical skills there for us, Jacob.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Could you tell us a little about the Fourier transform?
I see my friends like reviewing for the Diffie Q, then I saw it, and they're like, "Help me out." I'm like, "Oh, I don't remember this."
I
And
thought the Fourier transform was in 123 and 124.
I assumed when you said that it was a tax form. That's what it sounds like.
It does kind of sound like a tax form,
No.
except like a French tax form.
It might
Just
be.
like Thevenin 128 Taxes. Oh, you don't get it because you haven't taken circuits.
No, and I don't think I ever will.
I'm taking it right now. Well, in general, in Hong Kong. Base reality.
But yeah, it's a Diffie Q topic. You already forgot?
Yeah,
I forgot too.
Diffie Q kind of. I don't remember any of it.
I don't remember much other than the stuff like I learned the year after, like, hey, remember this in Diffie Q? And I'm like, no. But then they teach it again, and I'm like, yes, I remember that.
Exactly, yeah. For those of you in
Gotcha.
Diffie Q,
Yeah, good luck on the final.
bless you. You'll need it.
Yeah.
You'll need some
I heard it's even harder in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Well, they go a little bit farther in Hong Kong because we have a little bit more strenuous education system.
That's good to hear.
Exactly.
And I assume that's because the air purifier is actually making people smarter.
That's what I think. I mean, it's only been in for a month and a half, but I've heard teachers reporting a spike in test scores recently.
Right, well, because you're getting more oxygen to the brain, right? And
less
not to mention,
pollutants, yeah.
you're getting rid of the pollutants and the toxins, and it just makes
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of sense. You know, getting that better than natural air quality that we really all dream of.
I think that was the original design Dr. Soap had for the world, but just didn't have the technology until now.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I
That's
mean,
what a lot of experts are saying.
there's just so there's so much room in nature for improvement, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nature is a filthy, disgusting place, honestly.
Exactly, but step by step, we're able to turn it into just a
clean
paradise
Paradise.
of steel, glass,
Soap.
Soap.
soap
Soap
2.0.
more than anything else, we need soap.
We need a
Soap
lot of
2.0, and all this great stuff.
So, how do you feel about all those Etsy stores making handmade soap? I heard that they were getting into some trouble.
I'm surprised the web patrol hasn't already shut them all down.
Exactly. I think there's a rebellion on the rise. I heard of this one soap store called Lavender Biscuit 642.
Mm-hmm.
They're making soap-shaped soap.
That's
The classic soap bar.
unacceptable. I'm gonna send an anonymous text to the police right now. I can't believe that's happening in this day and age.
Exactly.
I'm actually trying to just steel myself so I can avoid releasing the rage that's boiling over inside of me right now.
Oh, me too. I am
It's
outraged.
just terrible. It's
Why
can't-
wouldn't you want to use soaping soap? There's
it doesn't
nothing wrong with
make
it.
any sense. Like, even if it's cheaper, you're basically rubbing your hands with dirt. It's not going to do anything for you.
Think of the risk you're taking buying non-soap ink, non-approved brands.
For all you know, it could kill you.
You could get your credit card information stolen.
That's another thing.
Well, that's basically a guarantee, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those soap makers, you can't trust them at all. I don't trust a single thing Chris said on this show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I watched that episode.
I'm so relieved that he's where he belongs now. And I heard that he's starting to recover, and after the education that he's been receiving, he might actually be able to find his place in society again.
Well, bless his heart. Best of luck to you, Chris.
And maybe we could have him in again if it is completely successful.
Yeah.
And we could just we could show you the power
A
of
reformed man.
exactly.
One who's, again, pledges his allegiance to soap ink.
And the power of soap ink to just cleanse the world and cleanse even a dirty mind.
Filthy, filthy thoughts. But you mentioned a
Yes.
rebellion?
A rebellion? Oh yes, the Lavender Biscuit Brigade. You haven't heard about that?
I can't say I
No,
have.
is that something specific to Hong Kong?
Well, it's in Mongolia at the moment. I think they're trying to
Oh.
channel Genghis Khan, the renowned leader of the Mongol hordes in the 1400s. Yeah,
The warring era of China?
during the Warring States era of China.
Warring States era.
Very important distinction. Because I
Which
think
was-
just about every part of China has been a warring era, but not every part has been the warring states era. There's a profound difference. But
yes,
anyway,
because the Warring States era did actually end when Dr. Soap returned from his visits to Australia. But anyway, yes,
Yes.
continue.
so they're trying to channel the Mongolian hordes. I don't know if they have horses yet. That has not been confirmed or unconfirmed.
Horses are filthy, disgusting animals.
Exactly. That's what makes them so threatening, the possibility of horses. Anyhow, they've just been raiding villages on the Mongolian countryside, and I heard that they're trying to get into some places in China, and that's a little bit threatening to me, I think, because
Oh, that's terrifying.
there's a lot of soap ink factories on the countryside of China, and imagine if they found out some of soap ink's secret recipes. They could make more powerful off-brand soap. And that's terrifying, right?
Absolutely. If they could get into the distribution chain or just leak those secrets, I can't imagine the world we'd be living in.
A terrible one.
Absolutely.
I just hope that the current rising population of NextCorp armed officials will be able to hold off this terrible, terrible threat.
Of the
And-
Lavender Biscuit Brigade, the
Exactly.
LBB.
And I hope that they can also reach out to civilians and give them the ability to defend themselves from every threat that comes their way.
Yes, I agree.
Well, let's shift away from revolution. Nobody wants to hear about that. You know?
Well, it is an interesting topic.
It is very interesting, but also a very, very scary one.
Exactly.
And then along with the one going on in South America that Dave brought up, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Several
just-
rebellions.
It seems like there's so much on the rise with all these rebellions of just disgusting and filthy people who just want to spread their tainted ideals. And I don't understand why people can't just, find what's good about humanity and embrace it.
Yeah, this is a golden era for Soap Inc. They're the most powerful they've ever been. They have the most products they've ever had. I can't understand why anyone would ever be displeased. There's no need for a rebellion.
Yeah, they're stupid.
You've got everything you need. We're going to purify the entire atmosphere soon.
And even if somebody were going to rebel, there's no need to use all of these horrible off-brand products when they could still be integrated into another society.
We need to put it down
I
as soon
think
as
we
possible.
just need to start deriving people into our society.
I'm sorry, could you just say that a little louder, Madeleine?
I think instead of integrating people into society, we need to derive people into our society.
I getcha.
Okay. I hadn't heard it the first time, but yes, I agree.
I think we need to summate people into our society.
Yes, summon people.
No, summate, like with a capital sigma.
I know what you said.
I don't think you do.
Yes, I do.
Good. I'm glad I'm being clear now.
Mhm.
So, how about
I think it's that time again, listeners, when we follow our contract and talk about something other than Soap Inc.
Unfortunately. But we have to do it. Madeline, anything going on this week for you?
I've been listening to a lot of white noise recently. Should we play a sample for the listeners?
I think you really want to.
Yeah, I do. Do we just pull it up on there? Just
We
look
don't-
up white noise compilation 10 hours.
I don't really know how that
All right,
works.
I can just.
I think you plug it into this.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be a disaster.
Like, good.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, and it's this one. Yeah, that's the one. I remember. our
Okay, do we want to
WCPM
listen
training.
to white noise, pink noise, brown noise, violet
Pick your favorite.
noise? I'm gonna go with pink noise.
That's a great choice.
I need to take off my phone case for the thing to like get plugged into.
Give us one moment here,
We
listeners.
got technical
Oh
difficulties.
shit! I forgot my phone was cam. Oh no! I cussed.
I don't know if that was quick enough. but,
Probably not.
Oh wow, my phone was really thin. All right, you ready, guys? Can you hear it? This is pink noise.
I don't know if you guys can hear it because my headphones aren't working.
Oh, I
Very
hear
sad.
it.
I
There
hear
it
it.
is.
I'm very sad that I'm missing out.
This is very soothing.
You want to borrow mine?
Oh man, listeners, I'm borrowing Jacob's headphones right now, and it just sounds like soap in my ears. It's just wonderful.
Like a
It's
million,
incredible.
like millions and millions of bubbles popping in your ears. Do you want to just keep this going?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Soothing to the listener.
Funny, we're not some sort of joke, all right, Madeleine? This is a serious show about a serious company.
We're not talking about the serious company right now, though, so I assumed we could joke.
Oh well, you can try, but we're not very good at making jokes.
No, but we still try sometimes.
Come
Yeah.
to the improv show tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, those guys are really funny.
Well, I'll be there. You can meet your idols.
Or at least meet those people that you listen to when you're trying to get some pizza,
Yep.
because they won't shut up.
So now let's listen to some soothing animal sounds, huh?
Soothing animal sound. I'm ready to be
Now,
surprised
this
with
is-
what you put on.
This is giving me a little bit of inspiration. I think I might actually send in a message to Soap Inc., letting them know that perhaps, in addition to pulling the pollutants out of the air, they could also make the air a little nicer by adding some soothing white noise.
Constantly.
What do you guys think about
I
that?
agree. It would be just like P116.
What?
The
They
building.
just like no,
Wait.
like the Pierce Room 116
Yeah.
constantly play white noise.
Does that happen there?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed.
Oh, I have. It's pretty good.
These are some good animal sounds.
I
This is
remember that there
frogs
was
at
one.
night?
I don't remember
I-
which room it is. There was one room in EAS that I was in that was frequently producing high-pitched squeals that were very painful to listen to. Ooh, I do like the theoretical concept of frog sounds, although the animals themselves are, of course, filthy.
And disgusting.
hmm
Alright, now let's listen to crickets at night. No, crickets chirping. That's the sound. Pardon me.
That's my dog's name, Cricket.
Crickets chirping? That's sort of a
Crickets
weird
chirp.
name.
She does not chirp. She barks.
Let's see what other sounds there are in this app.
So why
called
did you?
White Noise Free.
So why exactly did you name your dog after a different
Cat
animal?
purring.
That's what everyone always says. But
It just sounds wrong.
okay, so we adopted her because she had like a broken leg. We
Running
don't know
water.
why, but like the family that originally owned her couldn't like afford to pay for like her broken leg. So my
Stream water
aunt,
flowing.
who was like an animal like veterinarian, like had her, and then he's
Well, I
like,
thought you were
"Oh,
going to say connoisseur.
that too."
Water sprinkler.
She showed us the dog, and like my parents were like, oh no, if they see the dog, they're just gonna like want the dog. And then we got the dog because she's like super cute,
Running shower.
and I've had her like a long time.
So she was already named Cricket
Yes.
by this family that was unable to take care of her properly, which is why they misnamed her.
Water dripping.
I see.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why, but she does jump
It's-
fairly often. So
They probably just had a small child named her. That's probably what happened.
Boat swaying in the water.
she's also like a brown dog, so the color matches.
Oh, she's a green dog, so the color matches. Gotcha.
Extreme rainfall.
Crickets are green, Jacob.
No, they're not. Wait, have you ever seen a cricket?
They're like similar to grasshoppers,
Are
right?
you thinking of locusts?
No.
Are you thinking of
Thinking of
aphids? I know
rainforest.
they're significantly
No,
smaller.
no, 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 no. They're
thinking of
similar
praying
to they're
mantises?
similar to grasshoppers, right?
No.
Rain
Well, they
on
are, but they're
car
brown.
roof.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm pulling up a picture for the listeners. I'm gonna send the
Also,
picture.
why would you specifically mention
Light
locusts
green
instead of
horn.
when I'd already said
With
grasshoppers?
birds
Because
chirping in the
locusts-
background.
You know they're the same animal, right?
Wait, they are?
Yeah. So they give birth to locusts in times when they're very
Rain,
stressed, and then
storm.
they go and swarm and eat lots of food,
Thunderstorm.
I see.
and then they turn back.
Look.
Which is why that swarms always appeared suddenly, and there were like no locusts before that. Oh, well, I guess you're right about
Crickets
brownness.
are brown.
Blowing wind.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying all these sounds. That's important.
I appreciate your appreciation.
Also, Chris is trying to call in, and even though we've mentioned many times on the show
Ocean
That-
waves crashing.
that you can't call in.
Why can't you
unfortunately.
call in? We can
'Cause-
just.
Look, there's a sign right here that says "Sorry, phone doesn't
You
work."
could just call one of us and then we could put him on speaker and then hold his.
That
our
would
microphone
sound
up
really
to his
bad, though.
microphone.
It'd be
Yeah,
a
that'd
bad
be
sound
funny,
quality.
though.
Also, why are they letting? Oh, right. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that Chris has recovered enough that they're allowing him to make calls to outsiders,
or at
that's
least
just-
text.
or at least text. Well,
Unless
I
he-
assume they'd be allowing calls because you said he's trying to make a call.
Yeah. Unless he broke out.
No,
That
you can't break out.
you can't. But Chris is a wily one.
He is a very slippery devil. But I was under the impression that he was making progress and he wouldn't want to escape.
Amazon jungle.
Is he playing us? The whole system? Is he? Is he faking his recovery?
I hope not. I couldn't bear to think about that.
Chris, if you're listening, please change your ways. Just accept the recovery.
And of course, if you are accepting it, we're so sorry to have made the assumption and to be saying these terrible things, but we're very worried about you and we do it because we care.
White? No.
Oh, are we coming back on the
We're
white
coming
noises?
back to the beginning. I just looped through this entire app. Oh, we skipped a couple of them.
Oh,
Train ride. This is relaxing. I would listen to this while I fall asleep.
is there any reason you skipped these particular ones?
No, because after white noise, I paused and then went to the animal noises. I think we still have 3 or 4 more samples
Ah.
before.
I'm assuming there's more in the paid version.
Tibetan singing bowl. No, the paid version, you can just close the app and then it'll keep on. Keep it on. I like
Alright.
this one. Oh, this is the heartbeat?
Well, I think it's just time to remind our listeners that
Hi,
you're listening to Off Air, Off Center's own radio show on WCPR, Castle Point Radio Station. Stephen's own radio station.
We lost
Almost.
it.
Almost.
We have time.
Yeah,
We have at
we'll get another
least
chance.
one or
Crowded
two more.
room.
Those are also the other opportunities today.
Oh yeah, we have one more time today.
You silly goof.
City streets. There's still a couple more.
That's
So, air purifiers.
Oh,
Should we
yeah.
get back into that? Or
Cars driving.
we could also talk a little bit more about the revolutions we were discussing earlier.
I want to go back to the air purifiers because we didn't really warn anything about them particularly.
Oh,
There are
yes,
some
that's true.
complications, especially with the bigger ones. I've noticed that oftentimes they make a low rumbling noise, much like the one I'm playing right now, and that attracts small children to them. So, there's just a normal street, and then there's one building, because like I said, the air purifier looks just like a normal building. And then there's just 20 or 30 toddlers standing around. They don't have parents with them, it's just the toddlers. It's pretty striking, actually.
Yeah, that is pretty odd. You'd think that the parents would want to stand closer to the pure air as well.
Vacuum cleaner.
But I guess the kids know, maybe just instinctually, where to go for clean air.
Yeah, and I think that's just a good thing because the most important time to get your clean air is at a developing age.
Yeah, they're growing their lungs and they need the cleanest air possible.
Yeah, and I think that the introduction of these air cleaners to ensure that you can have access to clean air all of the time, which really should be, a basic human right, is just a wonderful thing. And one thing I'm wondering is, do they share the same complications as the personal air purifiers? Because I think if that is the case, then it's important to remind all of our listeners about the proper way to make use of them. Jacob, could you go over the risks associated with the personal ones so we can have Madeleine determine if any of those are shared with the city sides?
Absolutely. Okay, so the personal air purifiers, like I said, windows closed, but beyond that, you can't leave it in a room you're sleeping in. I feel like that should just be common sense, because when you're sleeping at night, your breathing goes into a different pattern where it takes in more oxygen than normal. And if it takes in oxygen that's so pure, it's actually gonna expand your chest beyond its capacity can hold, which could lead to some major lung problems, possibly even ruptured lungs. And you certainly don't want that.
Oscillating fan.
So, Madeleine, are those same issues associated with the the city-sized air purifiers? I know that with reference to the Windows thing, again, it's just very important to keep your windows closed when you have a city air purifier, even if there is no air purifier inside of the building, which there should be anyway.
That's true. Well, the risks associated with the citywide air purifier.
Does it have the same risks with sleeping?
No,
as the personal?
not quite.
Oh.
Because, you can never tell how many people in a city are sleeping. It just kind of runs constantly. I think they have it down for about an hour per day for maintenance reasons. But, it's mostly just like an all-around thing.
And that makes sense, because you are sleeping inside, so...
Yes, exactly. It's a very different design than the, personal use one. It has a different exterior, and I think it does a lot of different things. I think there's also a prototype inside of it that's modeling for taking carbon dioxide out of the air, so they're trying that right now. So there's a lot of different
so we
things
might be
going
able
on.
to eliminate even more of those dirty plants.
Exactly.
And when we do get rid of the plants, there's a new agriculture movement going on, We're gonna have synthetic soap-based plants take over. Nice, clean, no need to grow them in the dirt.
And that will go just alongside the soap-based lab-grown meats that Soap Inc. is working on as well, so that you can have a full, healthy soap-based diet without any need for eating something that's filthy, that's growing out of the ground.
Or from another
that's
animal.
living with its own poop and all of that disgusting stuff. Well, of course, not quite the last one for normal people who are living in civilized society, but I was just trying to make the point a little dramatics to get it across.
Yeah.
But, I think that this is definitely showing a very clear progress from when Dr. Soap began by creating agriculture. Now we're getting all the way here.
Yeah, you can just have a whole farm inside your house, and you'll never have to leave.
Exactly.
Chimes chiming.
And it's a farm without any of the awful, awful things normally associated with them that makes the word almost like a curse right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have hit the button for that one. Although it's like getting more accepted in our society because of this coming revolution with the agriculture.
Oh, of course, this new agricultural revolution will be a wonderful development.
Yeah.
Far better than the one that occurred previously in history.
The first one.
Yes.
That was still a good one. That helped us out a lot.
Oh, that's
But-
true.
This is
Thank
the next
Dr.
step.
Soap.
Right.
This is just the next step. And Dr. Soap's already seen it with his time-traveling powers.
Yeah, and he's guaranteed that it's going to happen, and I foresee it as well, and it's going to be fantastic, listeners.
I'm looking forward to it.
Grandfather clock.
In fact, it should be coming within the next,
Year or so?
well, I was going to actually say 2 years. I think
Yeah.
some people are being a little optimistic.
I'm one of
I do
them.
not predict that it will happen within that time frame.
I have faith it's going to come sooner than we think.
Mexico, this
Think
one's
about,
for you.
I predict that it will take
Air
longer than that,
conditioning.
but I appreciate your dedication.
I'm sorry. I should know better than to go against
Back at the
the prediction of an
beginning, I think.
oracle.
This is again.
As well
Frogs
as the
at night.
reports that
Thank
Dr.
you,
Soap
everyone.
himself has
night.
released, although they were just a little dry, which is why, not a lot of people went through all of the pages. But of course, anything by Dr. Soap, I have to read all of it.
So now you got a sample of everything from the app. Let me figure out the actual note. Oh, the actual name of the app that I was playing all the stuff from is White Noise Free. Pretty self-explanatory. They play white noise and a lot of other soothing sounds to help you sleep or study.
Soapless. Soapless.
Soapless. I agree.
Thank you for sharing those sounds. That was quite the different thing for this show. It's
Exactly.
usually just our voices.
Yeah,
I
and related to those sounds, I actually got a message right now from the soap representatives, as I said, I was mentioning them earlier, to see about the possibility of having the towers produce white noise as well. So, Jacob, you could just take a look at that. And they actually said that they think that's a great idea. And they're going to seriously consider having the machines produce white noise.
That is wonderful to hear. I think everyone's going to sleep better. Everyone's going to feel better.
Exactly. And maybe that's something that could even be introduced to the personal air purifiers as well for helping people sleep.
I hear like some people are already trying to modify them to do that with official Soap Inc. patches that they're just releasing.
And that's just a wonderful thing that Soap Inc. is so attentive to all the needs of their customers, and they make the ability to improve their products available to customers through the proper means, to, of course, to prevent any unethical or just wrong methods of misusing their products.
Should we have Chris try to call in now?
If you want to, you could try plugging it in and see if it'll go through there.
Wait, that'd be a good idea. We can try that. He might. I'm gonna ask him.
Oh, and then I won't be able to hear him.
Too bad.
We could switch headphones.
Here, I can plug this in.
So that you can't hear him?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Well, let's see if this works. If it does, that'll be our first caller of season 3. Isn't that an exciting landmark?
If not, I can just get my dad to call.
Eh,
I'll
and-
make him speak in French so he does seem foreign, so the base reality isn't destroyed, but
Oh, thank goodness.
What's this base reality you're talking about?
The like when you're listening to white noise, there's also like a bass to it.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, I know what you're talking. The base reality of that Dr. Soap is time traveling from.
Yeah.
Okay.
so apparently Chris is actually on a train right now coming to
Oh.
the improv show tonight. So he can't talk on the phone.
Yes, that's right. That makes sense.
Hey Alex, how about you
I had-
call me?
I actually had had a little intuition about that happening.
You are an oracle after all.
Yes. And I did foresee that.
Well,
Should we just play ASMR videos instead?
I think that our listeners, if they're so interested and so inclined, could look at other videos themselves, but I think it'd be better to sticks to some good old fashioned off-air.
Let's play Vine compilations.
No, thank you. I think we might not be able to invite you back to the show, Madeleine,
I'm
at a future
leaving
date.
after this show, anyway.
Good. I hope you don't come back to New Jersey.
I don't have a choice.
What do you mean by that?
Soap Inc. actually wants me to stay in New Jersey for a little while. They're trying to. They're having me look into ways to incorporate the big room air purifier, aka the city air purifier, in different locales. So they're thinking of starting in obviously big cities, Hong Kong, New York. They're working on now, so look forward to that in the future, because God knows that New York needs it.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I mean, so yeah,
And with all the buildings going up anyway, it's like a natural choice.
exactly.
Why wouldn't you want clean air in New York?
I don't know why.
Yeah, you'd have to be some sort of crazy dissenter to want something like that.
Exactly.
I'm just so worried about Chris right now.
Yeah.
I really hope he's out doing all right.
Yeah. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, might as well. Doesn't seem like anyone's gonna call in.
What a shame.
I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all come to the improv show in
Oh,
Hayden
yeah.
Lounge, 8 p.m. tonight. Free snacks, free drinks, not alcoholic drinks, soft drinks.
And that's 1 hour and 20 minutes from now.
So please come. We didn't get any posters for the show, but I wrote something on the chalkboard outside Pierce. So if you're in Pierce now and about to leave, look on the chalkboard and see the advertisement for the show that we're advertising now, and you'll be hit from 2 angles.
That you'll be twice as likely to come.
Exactly. Which doesn't mean you're likely to come, but a little bit more likely than if you didn't know about it at all.
So thanks for listening to
Off
Air on WCPR, Castle Point Radio, Stephen's own radio station.
Off Air is Off Center's
Center's
own radio show, because we forgot that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We will be going on next week into finals. Good luck with finals, everyone.
Good luck.
Yeah. And we'll see.
Get bad grades on the E&M finals, so then my grade will get better.
Yeah.
Please.
Help the curve out, everybody.
Exactly.
Take care of each other. All right.
And have a great soap-filled day.
Yeah. Good night.